Global supply chain issues, chip shortages, and several other problems have been hammering the car industry.
So used car prices were up almost 43% in September of 2022 compared to February of 2020, according to JP Morgan. Because the costs for used car prices have already hit their peak, right now prices are dropping.
A fully loaded Wrangler, Rubicon. Sticker price, $69,850. Sold price, $19,400. A $75,000 F-150 Lightning. Gone for $29,000. $60,000 trucks, selling for $30,000. 50% off. Not a typo, not a scam. Real window stickers, real dealerships, real transactions happening right now. And here is what nobody is telling you about these deals. The dealers offering these prices are not being generous. They are not running a promotion. They are bleeding money every single morning they wake up. One dealer in Phoenix lost $65,000 on a single truck and called it a victory. Something is breaking underneath the surface of the American car market. And these impossible prices are the symptom, not the sale. Because some of these deals are the opportunity of a lifetime. And some of them are a trap with a very attractive price tag on the front. So before you rush to any lot, do you actually know which one you are looking at? Here is a number most car buyers have never heard before. Floor plan financing. And once you understand what it means, every impossible price tag you are about to see will make complete sense. Dealers do not own the vehicles sitting on their lots. They borrow money from lenders to stock that inventory. And every single day, a vehicle sits unsold. That loan is accruing interest. Every sunrise costs them money. Every weekend without a sale costs them money. Every slow Tuesday in January costs them money. The clock never stops running, and neither does the bill. Tony Rodriguez runs a Chrysler dealership in Phoenix. Right now, he is carrying $8.7 million in unsold inventory. That number alone should stop you cold. But here is what makes it devastating. His floor plan. Interest rate jumped from 3.8% to 13.2% in 6 months. His monthly carrying cost exploded from $27,000 to $95,000. That works out to $3,167 every single day, whether he sells one vehicle or 50. Every morning, Tony wakes up $3,167 poorer than when he went to sleep. The lights are still on, the lot is still full, and the meter is still running. Now look at what that math actually did to one specific truck. That Wrangler Rubicon you saw selling for $19,400 stickered at $69,850. Tony paid $62,100 for it. It sat on his lot for 312 days at $73 daily in carrying costs. By the day it finally sold, his total investment in that one vehicle had climbed to $84,876. He sold it for $19,400. That is a $65,476 loss on a single truck. And Tony called that sale a victory. Think about that for a second. A man lost $65,000 on one vehicle and considered it a win. Because here's the truth. Nobody at the dealership wants printed on the window sticker. Every additional day that Wrangler sat unsold was another $73 Tony would never get back. Selling at a massive loss stopped the bleeding on that unit and freed up credit line space for inventory he might actually be able to move. The math of losing money by selling was still better than the math of losing more money by waiting. Tony is not an edge case. He is not a badly run dealership that made poor decisions. He is what thousands of dealers across this country look like right now. Different names, different cities, different brands on the sign out front. Same floor plan trap, same daily bleeding, same impossible math pushing them toward prices that would have been unthinkable 2 years ago. This is why the deals exist, and it is also why they will not last. Mike Patterson runs a Ford dealership in Dallas, and what is sitting on his lot right now is the single most expensive inventory problem in this entire story. 47 F-150 Lightnings. Brand new electric trucks that stickered at $75,000 each. Mike is selling them for $29,000. That is 60% below sticker, more than half off, and he still cannot move them fast enough. Let that land for a second. A dealer cutting the price of a $75,000 truck by $46,000, and the lot is still full. Those 47 trucks have been sitting an average of 267 days. Each one is costing Mike $89 daily in floor plan interest. That is $4,183 walking out of his business every single day for inventory that nobody is coming to buy. His Lightning trucks represent $3.5 million in vehicles that the market has looked at, considered, and walked away from. At full price, at half price, at prices that should feel like theft. So why is nobody buying? Mike found out the hard way. The price was never the problem. The product is the problem. When customers walked onto his lot and started asking real questions, Mike could not answer them honestly and still close a sale. Battery replacement costs run $25,000 to $30,000. Charging infrastructure is nowhere near ready for truck owners who need to tow trailers regularly. Cold weather cuts the range by 40% to 50%. These are not small print inconveniences buried in an owner's manual. These are fundamental ownership problems that do not disappear because the price dropped. A truck that cannot reliably tow in winter is not a bargain at any price. It is an expensive problem with a good discount attached. Ford bet billions on the Lightning. Billions in development costs. Billions in manufacturing capacity. Billions in the belief that truck buyers would follow the electric transition if the product was good enough. What Mike's lot proves is that customers looked at the Lightning, understood exactly what it was and what it was not, and chose to walk away. Not because of sticker shock, because of what they would be living with after they drove it home. And Ford is the one paying for that miscalculation. The dealers stuck holding Lightning inventory are paying for it every single day at $89 per truck. The decision to build was made in a boardroom. The consequences are being absorbed on lots like Mike's in Dallas, where $3.5 million in electric trucks sit under the Texas sun while the meter runs and the buyers keep walking past. Before we go further, if you want the complete breakdown of which vehicles to avoid in 2026, including the exact models showing up on these liquidation lots, download the free ebook, Avoid These 17 Cars in 2026. Depreciation data, reliability scores, the models mechanics see week after week. Link is in the description. Download it before you take advantage of any of these deals. Go back to Tony's lot in Phoenix. Walk past the Wranglers. Walk past the emptying rows where inventory used to be. Stop at the truck sitting alone in the showroom like a monument to everything wrong with this market right now. The Ram TRX. Original sticker price, $89,000. Days on the lot, 289 days. Daily carrying cost, $97. Total already invested by Tony before a single buyer showed interest, $125,933. Current asking price, $31,000. Still no buyer. Tony has dropped the price 4 times on this truck. He started at $89,000 in October, dropped to $79,000 in January when nobody came, dropped again to $59,000 in April when nobody came. Now it sits at $31,000 and the lot stays quiet. 4 price cuts covering $58,000 in reductions, and the showroom floor is still holding that truck like it has nowhere else to go. Because here is the problem that no price drop can fix. The Ram TRX gets 8 miles per gallon and requires premium fuel. That is not a minor detail on a spec sheet. That is the entire story in one sentence. In an economy where families are actively choosing between filling the tank and buying groceries, a truck that drinks premium fuel at 8 miles per gallon does not have an audience anymore. The buyer who wanted it as a status symbol cannot get approved right now. The buyer who actually needs a work truck is not paying $89,000 for something that costs a fortune every time it pulls out of the driveway. The TRX was built for a version of America that existed in 2021. A version where gas was cheap, credit was easy, and a six-figure truck payment felt like a reasonable flex. That version of America is gone, and the truck designed for it is sitting in Tony's showroom, collecting dust and carrying charges at $97 a day while he waits for a buyer who is not coming. This is the extreme version of a problem running through the entire truck market right now. Vehicles priced and designed for an economy that no longer exists, being carried by dealers in a 2026 reality that looks nothing like anything the manufacturers planned for. The gap between what these trucks cost to build and what buyers are actually willing to pay has become a canyon, and the dealers are the ones standing at the bottom of it. Tony is not just losing money on the TRX, he is trapped by it. Every day he keeps it, he loses $97. Every day, he waits for a better offer. That offer gets less likely to come. The truck gets more expensive to hold and less attractive to buy at the exact same time. That is not bad luck. That is the market telling the truth. You already know what happened to the Wrangler Rubicon on Tony's lot. $69,850 sticker, $19,400 sale price, a $65,000 loss that Tony called a victory. But that transaction was just one dealer, one truck, one desperate Tuesday afternoon in Phoenix. What happened next is where the story gets bigger. Stellantis, the manufacturer that builds every Jeep, every Ram, every Chrysler rolling off those lots, looked at what was happening to their dealer network and made a decision that tells you everything about how bad this situation actually is. They called Linda Martinez, who runs a dealership in Phoenix, and offered to buy back her entire unsold inventory. Not at cost, not at a small loss, at 45 cents on the dollar. The manufacturer of these vehicles offered to take them back at a 55% loss, rather than continue watching their dealers try to sell them. Linda's inventory cost her $7.1 million. Stellantis offered $3.2 million. That is nearly $4 million she would eat on the spot. And she is seriously considering taking the deal, because continuing to carry that inventory in floor plan interest and carrying charges is costing her more than the loss would. When a manufacturer is offering to buy back its own products at a 55% discount, that is not a business negotiation. That is a distress signal fired from the top of the building. But here is the part that gets overlooked in all of this. The customers taking these deals are not celebrating. Jennifer Walsh bought a Jeep Grand Cherokee from Tony's dealership last week. Original price $67,000. She paid $21,000. By every measure that should feel like a win. Instead, she is worried. If the dealership closes in 6 months, who honors the warranty? If parts become scarce, who services the vehicle? If the entire brand is being liquidated at 69% below sticker, what does that car actually look on a resale lot in 5 years? Jennifer is not being paranoid. She is being accurate. When a vehicle sells for less than a third of its sticker price, something structural is wrong. And that something does not get fixed by the paperwork you sign at the finance desk. The Jeep collapse is not a story about one bad model or one struggling dealer. It is what happens when a manufacturer overproduces, overprices, and then watches its entire dealer network absorb the damage alone. Stellantis is cutting its losses at the manufacturer level. Dealers are cutting prices at the lot level. And buyers are the ones left holding the question that nobody at the dealership will answer directly. What did you actually just buy? Linda Martinez runs a BMW dealership in Phoenix. And what is happening on her lot right now should not be possible. A $78,000 BMW 7 Series sold for $24,000. An $89,000 X7 went for $31,000. Linda is bleeding $6,000 every single day in carrying costs, and she has made a decision that she knows is destroying something that took decades to build. She is dismantling BMW's premium image one discounted sale at a time, because the alternative is losing more money every day she waits for a buyer willing to pay full price. The badge that was supposed to be recession-proof is getting liquidated like everything else. But the most revealing moment on Linda's lot did not come from a sale. It came from a rejection. Sarah Chen was offered that $78,000 BMW 7 Series for $24,000. 69% off. A luxury sedan at a price that should have been impossible to walk away from. She walked away anyway. Not because of the price, because of what the car actually comes with after you drive it home. 47 electronic control modules, subscription-based features, a maintenance baseline of $3,000 annually just for basic service. Sarah's 2014 Camry costs her $400 a year to maintain and has never once let her down. No discount changes that math. Sarah's decision is the most important data point in this entire story. When an informed buyer turns down a 69% discount on a luxury vehicle, the problem is not the price. The product itself has lost the trust of the people it was built for. And the market is confirming that at scale. Sales of vehicles over 100,000 miles are up 340% in the past year. Customers are actively choosing older, simpler vehicles over brand new ones at any price. The entire value proposition that manufacturers spent decades building, the idea that newer is always better, has collapsed. When BMW dealers cannot give away $78,000 sedans, the question is no longer about this model or that dealership. The question is whether anyone still believes new means better. Here is the part of this story that nobody selling you one of these deals wants you to hear. Every liquidation price you have seen in this video comes with something attached to it that does not show up on the window sticker. And for some buyers, that hidden attachment is going to cost them more than the discount saved them. Tony Rodriguez said it himself. He might not be in business in 6 months to honor the warranties on the vehicles he is selling today. He is liquidating inventory to generate cash flow while simultaneously destroying the long-term viability of his dealership. He has already moved 67% of his inventory in 3 months. At that pace, he is out of vehicles to sell by October. He is not ordering new stock because he cannot afford to carry it. The dealership that sold you the truck may not exist when the transmission needs work. That is the first layer. Warranty support disappears when the dealer does. The second layer is what this liquidation pricing is doing to resale values across the entire market. When buyers see $70,000 Jeeps selling for $19,000, they do not think those Jeeps were special cases. They decide everything is overpriced. Private sellers are already getting lowball offers from buyers who watched these liquidation videos and concluded that all vehicles are worth a fraction of the asking price. A vehicle bought at liquidation pricing today may be worth significantly less than even that discounted number in 12 months. The third layer is the supply cliff that is coming. General Motors has announced production cuts of 45% and is closing 6 assembly plants permanently. Ford is pulling back. Stellantis is buying back inventory rather than building more. Once this liquidation bubble empties, the replacement supply will not exist at anything close to these prices. The deals are real. The inventory creating them is finite, and the manufacturers cutting production are making sure it does not get replenished. The opportunity is genuine, but so is the trap hiding inside it. And the dealers offering these prices have every incentive to show you one and nothing to gain from showing you the other. So who is actually winning in this market? Because somebody is. And it is not the person who saw a headline about 50% off trucks and drove to the nearest lot on emotion. David Park is a contractor. Last month, he bought 3 Ram 1500 trucks at $18,000 each from dealers who were asking $52,000 for the same trucks 6 months ago. He is not buying them because he needed 3 trucks. He is buying them because at $18,000, the math makes them investment opportunities. He plans to run them in his fleet for 2 years and sell them for more than he paid. He did not walk onto that lot with excitement. He walked on with a spreadsheet. That is the entire game right now, and it only works if you run the numbers before you sign anything. 4 questions. Every single deal, no exceptions. Where is the warranty actually backed, and who honors it if the selling dealership closes before you need it? Manufacturer warranty and dealer warranty are different things, and that difference matters the moment something goes wrong. What is the realistic resale value in 24 months based on current market conditions, not the inflated sticker price that made the discount look dramatic? Build your floor around reality, not around the number that made you feel like you were stealing something. What are the real running costs on this specific vehicle? The TRX at $31,000 still drinks premium fuel at 8 miles per gallon. The Lightning at $29,000 still carries a $25,000 battery replacement risk. The entry price is what you pay once. The ownership cost is what you live with every single month for the next 5 years. Is this vehicle on the list of models that mechanics see constantly? Some of these trucks are cheap because the market has already figured out what buyers are still learning. The deals in this video are real. The window creating them is closing. But the buyers who come out ahead are the ones who treated this like David did. Not a sale, a calculation. Download the free ebook. Avoid these 17 cars in 2026 before you step foot on any lot. Link is in the description. It covers exactly which liquidation deals are worth the risk and which ones are cheap for the reasons that will cost you later. Go back to Tony Rodriguez one more time. Standing in his Phoenix dealership, watching inventory disappear at prices he never imagined accepting when he opened his doors. He is not offering these deals because he wants to. He is not running a promotion because business is good. He is selling $69,000 trucks for $19,000 because the alternative is losing more money tomorrow than he is losing today. Every sale is a controlled wound. Every empty parking space is a small financial mercy. That is the reality underneath every impossible price tag in this video. This market will not look like this in 12 months. The liquidation bubble is emptying faster than most buyers realize. Tony is out of inventory by October and not ordering replacements. Mike's 47 Lightnings are moving whether the market wants them or not, because $4,183 a day does not wait for the perfect buyer. Linda is weighing a $4 million loss against the daily bleeding of keeping her lot stocked with vehicles nobody is willing to pay full price for. The inventory creating these deals is finite. The production cuts making sure it never gets replenished are already locked in. The window is real. So is the clock running underneath it. The buyers who win are not the ones who moved fastest. They are the ones who moved smartest, who asked the 4 questions before signing anything, who ran the full numbers on warranty, maintenance, resale, and fuel before letting a discounted sticker price make the decision for them, who treated a $30,000 truck the same way they would treat any major financial commitment, with data instead of excitement. The repo apocalypse is running in one direction. The liquidation window is closing in the other. Both of them are real, and both of them are accelerating. The people who understand what is driving each one will be the only ones who come out of this market ahead. $60,000 trucks for $30,000 sounds like a gift. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is the most expensive thing you ever bought at a discount. Know the difference before you sign.